number 8. So after the bye week this weekend, they'll get after it, and then of course the Canes will jump into that ACC schedule, which really is the only one that really matters now. And so, but Saturday from 9 a.m. in the morning. I mean,
how good was that?
It was just great. It was all Canes. It's on their campus. It's hey, when you get one of those, it really is millions of dollars of advertisement for you. It's just, it gets in. The president, University of Miami president, became a big story, talking about what Joe has done and watching McAfee's show. And he's talking about this is what the new president, if you're going to win in college football, this is what the president needs to look like and be this committed that even shows up for our meetings. I just thought, wow.
Well, it goes to show you what getting behind the football program can do, right? I mean, that whole deal Saturday night to have that kind of crowd at that game, and it was awesome.
Woody, I love you, but that was going to happen no matter what.
I know.
Florida, Miami.
But there was the atmosphere at that game, though. It was electric, and it was, you could tell that it was a big game. By the way, the Gators are, and people are going to talk bad about them. Obviously, their defense is borderline elite. Like, their defense is really, really good. And I think they've shown that through the games that they've lost. Yeah. Their offense that quarterback's a disaster. He's so unbelievably bad, and their offense just stinks.
He has taken a step back, and he looks,
a step. That's like a leap.
He just looks, his throws when he does have time, although he didn't have a whole hell of a lot of time, that thing just, those two defensive ends took care of a lot of that stuff, starting with
how good were they?
Mesidor and Bain were just at a different level. And by the way, it's not just them, and I hate to do that because they've got a whole bunch really good football players on that defense right now. And as Herbie said during the broadcast, looked like they were playing with 14 guys on defense. Second thing is, he goes, this has gotten very physical, the way they're playing. This looks like an old Hurricane team. So there's just a lot of good stuff, man. And, of course, Mario was in heaven because his team just was pounding the football early, and then in that fourth quarter got right back to it. So, anyway.
Such a weird game, though, right? So they score the touchdown. It would have been 20-0. They bring that back and say, no, he was down. And then all of a sudden, like, one of those plays happens, man. The momentum shifts from those plays are so dramatic. Florida gets the ball back with a chance to go ahead.
Yes. It's 13-7.
Yeah, they got the ball back.
They get the ball back a couple of times.
And you know what's starting to go through everyone's head? I mean, that thing was getting dicey.
So then in the fourth quarter, just right back to like it looked in the first half, just total dominance. They just flipped a switch and got stops on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 2, and that thing switched back. So, hey, we've got Mario Cristobal going to join us coming up here this morning. Just a few minutes. We'll talk to Canes head coach about the win and a lot of things from the game, and now some time off. You know, he's going to be totally zoned in on not listening to the noise and getting focused, cleaning things up, and then focusing on Florida State. Meanwhile, I just want to let all the Dolphin fans know, yes, we'll be talking about them some today as well. Nobody got fired. Nobody's getting fired. They're not moving on from Tua. GM, head coach, they're here. They're not going anywhere. We'll let you know, though, more about some of the stuff with the team as they get set now with some extra time off for that Monday Night Football game against the Jets. 6 teams now have not won a game, and 2 of them will play next Monday night. We do know that.
ESPN, is it ESPN still that has Monday Night Football? They must be jumping for joy, huh?
Well, they got the teams that equal. And I got to tell you, it's probably going to be a really close game. It's probably going to be.
I'm sure it'll be a really close, really well-played game.
The Jets are all over, man. First of all, I saw one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in my life by, was it McDonald? Their defensive end jumps over the pile, blocks the kick, picks it up, and runs it back.
Was it 2 that we saw yesterday? 2 block kicks, then games?
There were
right. We had that one. I had the Eagles had a walk-off.
There were 5 blocked field goals in the game. It was
what
just
happened?
crazy.
The kickers took a big step back last week. The funniest one, though, was the Falcons kicker. They cut the other guy, bring the new guy in. Did you see his first kick?
No.
He missed it by a mile, and he missed the next one too. Obviously, they got shut out.
But yeah, there were a lot of blocked field goals. The returns. First of all, the other thing is they came out with a number, 80% of the kickoffs are getting returned now. 80%. I don't know what it was last year. Sure the hell wasn't 80%, though, I can tell you that. So anyway, we've got all that stuff. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. And
those are turning into big plays, too, those kicks, aren't they?
Yeah, no. It's...
And the only other thing I was waiting for you on here is to talk about Herbert, the way he played. That's tough to watch every week, isn't it? That team's really good now.
Yeah.
And that pass he hit to Keenan Allen at the end of that game
did make ridiculous. That was athletic stuff. I know what you're thinking. Our guy can't do that.
That's not what I was thinking.
You were thinking.
That's not what I was thinking.
I had somebody sit with me every time somebody make an athletic play at quarterback, they would say, our guy can't do that.
Hey, it could be worse, bro. You could have Russell Wilson.
That. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one, too. All right, Woody, we're going to go to break. We're going to get the coach on here in just a few minutes, but I want to let you know, man, it's still truck month at your South Florida Chevy dealers. That's right. September is a big month. We got all those trucks. We got great offers going on right now at your nearest Chevy dealer, and we've got 14 of them for you throughout South Florida. How about the durable Colorado with its standard Turbo Max engine and impressive torque? Got everything you need to really enjoy yourself, whether it's work or all the pleasure, doesn't matter. And then how about a Silverado 1500? Always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power that you could ever need. Needed for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior. And then right over to the Silverado HD, man, offering all the big payload numbers you need, legendary horsepower, one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, whether it's midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, Chevy pickups, we got one perfect for your lifestyle. Hey, that guy that works 7 days a week, that's how he makes a living, makes a lot of extra money on the weekends. You need a truck that works as hard as you do every day for your family. Well, that's what your South Florida Chevy dealers trucks are all about. You get a chance, stop by, check it out, take a test drive. I promise you this, you will fall in love with the offers that are going on right now at your South Florida Chevy dealers.
104.3 FM.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, and let's bring him in. All weekend long, man, everybody talking about that ass kicking that took place at Hard Rock Stadium, especially starting on the line of scrimmage on both sides. And Mario Cristobal joins us this morning. 1 first down in the first half is still – overall, the numbers were crazy, Coach, as I say good morning to you. But that 1 first down in the first half, like, you're going, no way. I mean, that defense is good, but, man, that was you had to be real excited the way the guys got after it on both sides.
No doubt. Good morning, Joe. It was a great way to start the game, especially with the weather being what it was, to win the coin toss and defer and put our guys out first. They, man, there's a lot of bad blood, a lot of intensity behind this thing, and to be able to let it, just cut it loose like that early really set the tone for the game.
0 for 13 on third down. I mean, there's all the 141 total yards and just everything. And then the way you played, especially to start the game, and then the fourth quarter, it just looked like you guys amped it up. And I thought Kirk Herbstreit said it best. There to start that game, it looked like the defense was playing with 14 guys. It was incredible the way you ran around. Was that the thing? Maybe I know there's a lot of different parts. You had to love the way the defense played overall, though.
Without a doubt, very extremely physical. Just from an assignment standpoint, on point with communication, and quite frankly, they were kind of tired of hearing all year long how last year was a fluke up there at the Swamp, and they just, how it is, man. You start getting that positive anger, man, and you start building up towards the game, and they were just mentally locked in to go get after it, and they certainly got after them.
So you kicked their butts in the first half. Just kick them, and I know it's only 13-0. Now they score, and they got rolling a little bit there, and it's 13-7 going into the fourth quarter, which I think a lot of people kind of forget. And then I thought, I'm just looking at some plays that really turned it around. I thought Marty Brown's catch, that crazy catch spinning around and then running for 16 yards on a 2nd and 6, the adjustment he makes and then run after catch. I just felt, and there were 2 or 3 plays I wanted to talk to you about, but I thought that one was a huge one. And I know Fletch and Brown together put up some monster numbers in this game, but that individual play was just sensational.
I agree with you. The value of the check down, right?
Yes.
I get to always come up big in certain situations. And, we had sputtered a little bit, man, on offense, more than a little bit in the form of pre-snap penalties, in the form of some batted balls, turnover. A little bit uncharacteristic, and credit to them. They got a really good defense. They do. But we were hurting ourselves a bunch. And, you need a play like that, man, to start turning things around. And it allowed us to then lean on the offensive line, and I thought they took over the game.
So while we're talking about how gang tackling was phenomenal, the 3rd and 3 stop, a great tackle. I think that was Marquise Lightfoot makes a tackle, doesn't allow the guy to get the first down. He comes up short. And with that 3rd and 1 stop, tackle for loss, I think that was Jacoby Thomas. Just unbelievable individual plays those guys made.
Without a doubt. I mean, the 4th down stop was the tackle itself and the swarm, because, Marquise Lightfoot gets them stopped, but he's probably going to spin out of it. And then the rest of the posse came in and cleaned it up and got us the ball back. So without a doubt, I think the whole concept of swarming to the football and playing with violence and physicality is really kicking in.
So, it was Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor night. I hate it because Thomas and Torre and Bassett and all the rest of those guys played their butts off, and with all the things they were asked to do. But I got to tell you, man, it's hard to imagine right now anybody is better than Bain and Mesidor on the outside. And it's not just their pass rush. They don't stop. Bain makes a play where he actually gets to the quarterback, changes and gets out and gets in on the tackle on the sideline. He's done that a couple of times. He got an interception earlier on a play like that in the season.
Yeah, it's worth if you have some time, it's worth your time checking out the tight copy so you can see the level of physicality that both those guys are bringing to the table. And I think it's also important to point out those guys now being, hardened upperclassmen, they played through the bumps and bruises and some of the things that come with playing this sport, and their demeanor on the field, their leadership is really, it's leading us, man. It's leading us in a big time way.
Hey, did I see? Was I watching and got a little shot over there of Pound? Did I see a coach standing there with his arm going pound, pound, pound? Was that? Did I see you doing that there in the fourth quarter a little bit when you guys were running up and down the field?
No idea. It was probably a professional wrestler.
Hey, it's okay, Coach, because it was like we're going to run between the tackles and we're not going to stop. We tell the running backs just keep those legs going. The big fellas get behind them. It is fun to watch. It is the most dominating thing you can do in college football is to watch that.
Well, you know what? The offensive line and the front backs get after it, man. They worked their butts off, and they had an opportunity, right? The field is slick. The wall is a little bit wet. And we had an opportunity to lean on them, and they were asking for it all night, so they got their wish.
I got to ask you, Coach Heatherman, through 4 games, what's the biggest improvement you've seen from your guys on defense? They just seem so in rhythm, the coordination, that thing about listen, everybody talks about run to the football and don't stop, and it sounds good in practice. You see guys do it, and they're blowing your guys do it in the games, man. But what is it for you that you've seen the biggest change in this defense through the first 4 games?
Well, I mean, I think he challenges everybody to match his intensity in practice, and he starts it all with the simplicity of communication. I mean, violent communication, very loud, very clear, swarming to the football, getting all the hats to the ball, making sure we're playing with technique and fundamentals. But the clarity in his teaching, the intensity and the passion he brings to teaching the scheme, but also teaching, the intangibles that come with playing defensive football is a monster. He really knows what he's doing, and he's all about the players. So they trust him, and they're playing lights out for him.
So Brown got the fast whistle, obviously, and takes off and runs, and then you see it again. And, I know the game moves on after that, and it didn't affect anything. But, that whistle is a little bit fast considering nobody is really around him.
Affected a bunch. We could go up 20-0 on that one, and but you got to deal with it. The official flat out said we messed it up. Flat out said it. We screwed it up, and but it is what it is, man. Move on. Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you before I forget. Having Game Day there, man, I think Game Day is one of the greatest shows of all time, and now they have Saban and McAfee, and I got to tell you, I think they're both. Coach has been fantastic on that show. Just his personality fits in his breakdowns and things, and then McAfee's off his rocker, so it's great. How'd you enjoy that experience?
Man, I love the fact that the whole world got to see Miami again, right? And they got to see campus and all the changes on campus. The juice around this community right now is off the charts. And then, I got to go in there with a different kind of temperament because I'm the one always saying block out the noise, keep all the stuff out. So, So I go on set. I try to keep it business-like. And, we hit on Coach Saban's rat poison, whole, theme and all that other stuff. But what they brought to campus and the attention they brought to for all the people that we're recruiting and our alumni and, again, our students, our president, our chair, like all these guys, man, Miami needs that. Miami deserves that. And I'm glad they got it. Our focus stays on the game and do what we're supposed to do, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. But listen, to have the whole country getting to see your campus, see what you're all about, see what your guys are all about, get to know some of the personalities. And then Matthew Tkachuk, a big Canes fan, went all in there too. Did you get a chance to see him at all?
I saw them right before game time. I'm dying to get to one of their practices. Those guys are just stone cold killers on the ice. Man. The way they bring physics. I want to watch them play, and the amount of bodies they just smash up against the glass. I love watching them play. So I look forward to maybe when there's free time. I don't know when that is, but getting with them and just tapping into their mentality and their psychology because they are awesome to watch.
Yeah, no, there's no question. So you talk about noise. One of the biggest things being around you is just staying focused. Don't listen to the noise. Now, all of a sudden, you come out, the AP poll yesterday, you're number 2 in the country. Coach, it only gets worse as you know how this thing works. And you got a huge game with Florida State is going to get hyped between now and next week for the game up at Tallahassee. You got your work cut out for you. Everybody's going to be jacked up for it. It's not like you guys are going to go up there flat. You understand how good they are. How do you treat it, though?
just stay on the aggressive, man. I mean, right away we're attacking it from top to bottom. And the biggest fight always is against human nature and complacency. I mean, from having, Dr. Kavanoko fly in today, our sports psych, to making sure that we're attacking all the things, that, how it is right now, Joe. I mean, all of a sudden, some people, they try to get in, right? It's really intrusive. They try to get in the heads of players and, you should be playing more and you should be getting the ball here and you should be doing that. And all that, you know what? You got to look it right now and say, bullshit, right?
Yes.
We got to make sure this stays about team. It's a team sport, and nothing can get in the way of the team. Nothing. Everybody's worked their butt off. It was a great start in our ATA conference, our schedule, and now the real stuff starts. The real season begins. So, it's all about making sure now we self-scout everything from our signals, schematically what we're doing, personnel usage, technique fundamentals, develop more guys to play, attack academics, get healthier. I mean, it's a full throttle week, and we all recognize what we want to accomplish. Brother, it requires us to get a hell of a lot better. So we got a lot of work to do.
I know you get asked a lot about this. Two guys that I know you love a lot, Jordan Lyle and JoJo Trader. How are they going forward, Coach, as far as still is their health good? And from that standpoint, you see them getting back in the rotation?
Yeah, health was good, just wasn't great. And I think in a game like that where it was going to be rock'em, sock'em, robots all night, I think we did the right thing by Jordan and really expect him now to really get there. And JoJo's gotten healthy, and he just got to pick it up and practice more and keep bringing it. But we have a lot of faith in him. We're going to push him. He's now almost all the way healthy, but we still got some work to do. And it's as simple as that, It's as simple as everybody's got to get healthy, and everybody's got to work their butt off, and everybody's got to be about team.
Well, I got to tell you, man, that Fletcher-Brown combination, Coach, 249 total yards. Fletch, I'm not surprised, running harder than ever. He was running like one motivated cat over 100 yards. And then Brown, as I said, that catch he makes was just sensational. And the game number 2 guy, even going up and over the top. Just how good were those two guys when you grade them out and how they looked?
They get better and better as the year goes on. Those guys are elite human beings, elite workers, elite teammates. And when they watch tape, just like all of us, we recognize a million things that we got across the board as a team, as coaches. So I guess it's as simple as, hey, there's recognition of progress, but there's also a recognition and an appetite to get a hell of a lot better.
Hey, Coach, I know you're always about team. Give me one guy that we don't talk about that is just doing really well quietly, that just every time you have team meetings or coaches meetings, you're talking about one or two guys that I'm guilty of not talking about.
James Brockemeyer, Ahmad Moten.
Wow.
You look at your team, you want to be strong in the middle right, your center, your D tackle, your linebacker, your quarterback, your running back, your safety. ZP, my man, Zach Poyser, also another one. Jacob. I mean, I could go on and on, but you know what, Joe? We don't need praise, man. I want you to get after their asses and make sure that we're just focused on getting better.
Well, listen, it was that was fun. I got to tell you, we needed that. I think the community needed that, and they got it. And it was.
Well, we don't get to play them again. We're off the schedule now, and it's something that, as a player, I want to be involved in. And I got recruited, and we were dropped off their schedule when I got here as a player. So this was a game that, again, we want to keep that streak going. They haven't won here since 1977. Okay, we had a chance to play them up there last year, play them here this year. I wish we could play them every single year. It's good for the fan bases, for the state, for everybody. But, yeah, man, we, press on. Want to know next year.
Yeah, no, listen, that was all around great stuff, Coach. I got to tell you, I think a lot of people stayed up and did a little extra partying after that one because it was great stuff. Coach, thank you so much, man, for coming on this morning. I appreciate it very much.
Joe, I'm just glad you were in the office today at 6:20. Thank you.
You got it. All right. I deserve that. All right, Coach. Thank you so much there as we continue.
A good shot at the end there, yeah.
Hey, nobody's going to outwork that guy. I can tell you that.
You missed one for the holiday. I think it was like Labor Day or something.
I don't know what that was.
He's got to let you hear about that all season. That's
he got
beautiful.
1,000 things going on, and he doesn't forget that. All right. Hey, listen, I want to tell you for just a second, talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and low T. And if you're running on empty right now and tired all the time, your energy level is shot, you find yourself struggling to stay up for all the favorite games you like, or don't have the energy to go out, not working out like you used to, not being active like you used to, and now you start to gain some weight because you still eat the same amount, you got a bad case of low T, but don't worry, because usually with low T comes ED, and that's bad news too. When that sex drive is gone and hit you, happens to men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, but it will happen to every guy out there. And I just want to let you know, when it does happen, Atlantic Men's Clinic is going to help you knock it out quickly. Yep, get all that energy back. Take care of that ED problem you have and chase that little lady that you like so much around a little bit. And I want to let you know, man, the results will be fantastic for you like they were for me. Full-blown ED and low T. Boy, my name is Joe Rose, and I had it all. My gosh, was it bad. And I want to let you know, I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic about 14, 15 months ago and sat down with them, got the PSA test, met with their professionals just like you. All the things will happen to you. I go to the Plantation location. They have 7 of them throughout South Florida, including a brand new one in Hollywood that you'll love. Call them today, 877-455-7300. I got great results, and I know you will too. It will happen quickly. The number one question, how long before it kicks in? Very fair, quickly. The results, this is what they do at Atlantic Men's Clinic. They do it the right way. They do it the professional way. They police your program to make sure you get the best results. I'm telling you right now, Atlantic Men's Clinic works. You'll get great results. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Call 877-455-7300. Tell them Joe Rose said to set up that first appointment and get started today. All right, welcome back, and good morning, everybody. You think Mario Cristobal is a little fired up about everything going on there? Wants Gators on the schedule and wants that whole thing to stay on the schedule and not get rid of it?
Well, here's something he couldn't discuss, Joe. I'll ask you. Better team than Miami through this point of the season? Has anyone jumped off the page at you? I think the Canes are right there in that conversation, man.
So Oregon has looked really good. I've watched Oregon play a few times.
They score. Yep.
They get after it, and I don't know enough about the other teams. I watch Ohio State obviously take care of Texas, but
I just think Miami's really strong where it matters the most, right? Like the offensive line's really strong. The defensive line, it's funny. Like I told you that before the season, it was just like a guess that they could be one of the best lines in the country, and their defensive line is really good. Their secondary stepping up.
So the only thing I would say is the quarterback's got to play
he's got to play better.
You got to play better than that.
Do you think the Gator defense is really good though? Because yes, I do. I think that's good. An elite defense.
No, they got a really good defense. That thing was about how bad the offense was.
Yeah.
That thing was really, really bad. Here, get me zoned up. I hate this fucking thing anyway, so might as well just keep doing it here. We'll get it down here. Jeez.
Tell us how you really feel. My God.
Yeah. So the offense for the Gators was just terrible, man. It was just awful. I knew it was bad, but I had no idea it was going to be that bad. And quarterback playing with no confidence. He
looks so lost, doesn't he?
Show him over on the bench, and he was getting hit, and he was taking off, and they were just drilling him, and the tackles couldn't block the two guys on the outside, and he was running for his life on the side and trying to wait for guys to get open, and then ends up running out of bounds or throwing the ball out of bounds, and it was just.
Hey, man, the Canes got a real gut check in that game, though. I did not think there was any chance. I did that halftime show. The Gators had 32 yards at half. And I thought there was no chance the Gators would score anywhere near to get this game close. And all of a sudden, they got the ball with a chance to go ahead. I'm talking about a gut check moment there, man.
Well, they flipped it back around with some great stops on defense.
Then they get the pick.
Then they started making some plays.
That interception was really bad.
No. They owned it right into. Listen, it was right. It was 13-7 right into the fourth quarter, and then they got some defense comes back and makes some stops, gets a 3rd and 1 stop and a 4th and 3 stop, and then all of a sudden they got rolling the other way, and so got the running game going. We talked about Marty Brown's playing, how big that was in the game, and they just basically said, "Hey, man, we're gonna run the friggin' ball," and they got after it. Both those guys, Brown and Fletcher, got after it really well. So anyway, that and compliment, but this team does look really good defensively. Different level better. And by the way, it starts with two guys that were banged up or something, but weren't as good last year, that are back the way everybody thought they could play in Mesidor, who it's hard for me to imagine anybody in the country is better than Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor on the outside right now. They have just been phenomenal. Just great stuff. All right, so we've got a bunch of stuff. We've got a lot of I know a lot of things going on here. A lot of you got to without the Miami Dolphins playing yesterday, kind of watch the rest of the league and see what was going on. We got one more tonight. I got to tell you one thing I learned about yesterday. You can look at it a lot of different ways. There's still 6 teams that haven't won a game here through the first 3 weeks. But after Cleveland beat Green Bay yesterday, I was like, no way they're going to beat them. And they did. Joe Flacco sitting back there, just sitting in one spot, just getting the crap knocked out of him. And I thought, man, this thing's going to cave, and they somehow come back and win that game. And then I watched the Patriots just absolutely give a game away. They turned it over 5 times and lose when the Steelers break the tie, 14-14, score a touchdown towards the end of the game. They were going in to score, and Drake May throws an interception in the end zone. The running backs both fumble, including one going in. I think it was Stevenson fumbles going in for a touchdown, and he fumbles. They just gave it away. Can you imagine you turn the ball over 5 times? The Patriots turned it over 5 times and lost by a touchdown. Then a crazier game is the Jets look like they're going to just get smoked in the game. They come all the way back from way down, take the lead at the end, a blocked field goal, one of the great plays. Guy jumps over the top of between the guard and the center, jumps over everybody, blocks it, picks it up, and runs it for a touchdown. And then Baker Mayfield, for the 3rd straight week, goes down on a final drive. How about Baker Mayfield right now?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been more wrong on a player, by the way.
Yeah.
I got to apologize.
I can't
on that
say
one,
that.
Man. Remember, I told you like years back he was a poor man's Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. I've been killing him
wrong
for
about
Johnny
that one.
Manziel, but Baker Mayfield is he got killed. And it didn't end well, and Odell Beckham was killing him.
It's just the way that it's not even like his skill set, though. Like, right? Like it's the way that he plays with that. You said the chip on his shoulder, but it's like the way that his teammates respond to him. Like he'll lower his shoulder and knock some guy down. Or
he takes off. He takes off and runs. If it's not there,
I don't think he's not clearly not the most skilled guy, but man, I mean his teammates just really respond to him.
Yeah,
he's a fun guy to play for.
He doesn't have.
You want a guy like that.
You're right about one thing. He doesn't have the skill set of a handful of those guys that we, without saying their names every friggin' week we do a show. But he's got some stuff to him. He's not the fast guy, but he's really a good runner. He's really good runner. He's smart. He gets the most out of it. He does take guys on. I think that's part of the whole his deal is to take guys on a little bit till he gets a crap. He got drilled a couple times yesterday too, speaking of that. So anyway, we've got all that. And as far as the Miami Dolphins go, we got more on the Dolphins coming up here in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll get into the Dolphins now, 0-3 themselves, getting ready to play an 0-3 Jets team next Monday night. And it's pretty clear the Dolphins aren't doing anything. Their take is we're playing better. We're going to have a chance to win some of these games coming up. And the owner's already pretty much made a decision. He's not doing anything right now with this team. He's sticking with all the guys that he's hired, that he made a decision on last year. And we'll see how it goes. But I got to tell you this. Tua has to play better. And he's not playing as well as he did the year he's played in every game and put up really good numbers, even though they didn't beat any of the good teams. They didn't win a playoff game. He got a new contract. Never hate guys for getting new contracts, but he doesn't look anything like that guy that was throwing the ball around in 2023. Last year he missed 6 games. I don't know if it's all the injuries. I don't know if he's lost confidence in his offensive line. Listen, of course he's getting some pressure on him. Everybody's getting pressure on him. He's got to make plays. And right now, he's turned it over by himself, responsible for 5. All 5 of them. 1 fumble and 4 picks to this point, including 2 late in games that you can't make. You just can't make. And we have people trying to somehow blame Tyreek Hill, which is a friggin' joke. Tyreek Hill, if I hear anybody tell me down the middle of the field on that duck that was thrown between 2 defenders was Tyreek Hill's fault that he didn't go up and make a better effort at the ball, that's the best you can do coming out of that game. Listen, if you want to dogpile on Tyreek Hill, go ahead. He's got plenty. But leave that play out. There's plenty of things to get on Tyreek Hill about. If you don't like him, he's a bad guy. Your wife hates him. You think he's done all these things he's been accused of. I get it. And the things he has done. I get it. But Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are not the reason you lost that last game. If they're asked to run a bunch of underneath routes like they did all last year, or you ask him to run down the field or run deep comebacks, and the quarterback can't make those throws, What are those guys supposed to do? Look, man, there's always, you know.
Joe, you look at the other quarterbacks, you got a chance to sit back and watch it yesterday, and his limitations are so glaring, man.
Every part of his game right now feels like a limitation.
I hate to keep throwing back to Justin Herbert, but those two are, they're tied together, right? Look at the play that he made to win that game, right? He's moving around the pocket. He steps up. He makes that ridiculous throw to Keenan Allen in the end zone. Like,
yes, he did.
That is not something that our guy is physically capable of doing. But that being said, the Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites at home against the Jets.
Yes.
Win the damn game.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Hey, man.
Well, you know what?
Maybe
they should find someone who can. Because that's the kind of game that if you, at this stage of the rebuild or the reset or whatever the hell it is they're doing over there, if they can't beat the Jets at home on Monday night, find someone who can. Find someone who can get a better game plan. Find someone who can move the ball downfield.
The game plan was good in that game. There's nothing wrong with the game plan.
No, it was good enough, but
the game plan was fine. Mike
they
called
can't
a good
beat the
game.
Jets at home on Monday Night Football, you fall to 0-4.
No.
Come on, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But here's the problem you have. Mike called a good game, and you had a chance to tie it up with 5 minutes left, and you didn't do it. The problem is they're not going to give up on a guy they went all in on, and they owe a ton of money. They're just not. And honestly,
do you realize how much easier it is to cover a guy or to cover a team when you go on that late drive and you know the quarterback is zero threat to run?
Yes.
How much easier is that?
Makes
every other team in the league, you have to at least account for the quarterback. Like, I'm trying to think of another team, like maybe Detroit, maybe.
Almost every team has a quarterback that can run, and we don't.
That's an extra guy that they're able to send back there. Like,
listen, I would love to know the truth. I would love to know honest truth in the gut of what that coaching staff, that offensive coaching staff, and that front office thinks about Tua Tagovailoa. I would love to know. Not what they give us, not the PR, not, hey, everybody's got to play better and the O-line's got to be, because the O-line is just, like, the O-line's got to be better. Okay, it's not a top 5 O-line. Well, this guy, what? There's no problem with the
offensive line played great last game.
You got the receivers.
I want to know one day if we could ever get like someone to admit this. I just want to know when they watch those two guys, Herbert and Tua, go through the whole draft process, how they ended up on that selection. What was it that separated the two of them in their eyes?
That one's on one guy.
I know.
That's on one guy. His name is Chris Grier.
I just want to know one day if he could sit down and have a candid conversation, like what was it through that process
unless Nick Saban
that
made
separated
that
the two of them?
I don't know. All right. Hey, 7 o'clock hour's coming up here. We got a lot more stuff to get to. Speaking of injuries, well, I'll tell you what, it sure is nice to have Baptist Health South Florida. It sure is, man. Where do the pros go? I get it almost every day. Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU. All those great doctors over there that they put together, top specialists to make them one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. Led by Dr. Uribe and the gang over there, the knee, the shoulder, the foot and ankle, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement doctors, even Achilles doctors that do nothing but take care of. It's amazing, the Achilles. See them every week, man. Somebody's popping Achilles without getting hit. It's crazy. Hey, that's the world we live in, man. Guys are getting bigger and faster. And with that, these doctors are so needed here in South Florida. We're lucky, though. You don't have to leave town when you got an all-star lineup like Baptist Health South Florida has for you right now. They got 3 great facilities, man. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, down at Hard Rock Stadium, right next to the training facility in 595 and Pine Island in Plantation. All you have to do is visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day. It's about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
Sport.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Canes, have moved up to number 2 in the AP poll. Miami will be off this week before playing their first road game in Tallahassee a week from Saturday. In the NFL, Week 3 will come to a close tonight with the Ravens and Lions. Week 4 begins on Thursday with the Cardinals and Seahawks. The Dolphins will host the Jets on Monday Night Football. On the ice, the Panthers dropped the preseason doubleheader to the Predators. The Cats will continue the preseason on Wednesday in Carolina, and to the Marlins, who got their second straight sweep, beating the Rangers 4-2. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Philly tomorrow. Joe, go back to you, man.
All right, Woody, thank you, man. A lot of stuff going on here. Marlins, good God, man. Trying to sneak back to 500 before the end of the year. Got 6 wins in a row. They've won 10 of 11 games. They got the Phillies next, and they're 76-80 on the season with that group. And by the way, they've had guys, even the guys start playing well that you think could be the future, they get hurt. More guys are coming up. So I guess the good news is, at least for the way they played and getting the most out of what you have, is they have some talent in their minor league system. Now the question is, going forward, how do you get to the next step? And the Messi show, man, the Messi show. Didn't see it, but saw the highlights. 2 goals and an assist and a 3-2 win over DC United. So he is something, man. I got to tell you, 38 years old. The guy shows up. He does play. He obviously, you can't be that good at 38 unless you're still really driven and passionate about doing it. But to think that 38 years old, he's probably the best player in the league. Still scores like, and I get it. No, get it. I know we're not talking about one of the leagues over in Europe, but
yeah, I think he's one of the better players in that league.
I think he's
even
the
at that
best.
age. Yeah,
I think he's the best player.
Yes.
Just so anyway, hey, enough of all that, and of course the NFL yesterday. We've got we said this before as we kick off this 6 o'clock hour. 6 teams left have not won a game that are 0-3, and 2 of them will play each other a week from tonight.
A duel on Monday Night Football
at Hard Rock Stadium, the Jets and the Dolphins. I got to tell you, I saw the Jets take that lead, and I saw how much time was left. Playing Tampa Bay, and I went, Baker Mayfield's going to take him right down the field, and they're going to kick a field goal and win the game. And he did. Matter of fact, he got a little bit closer. Just went right down the field, no problem.
Yeah, give the Jets credit though. They battled.
They did
back
come
into
back.
That game. That looked pretty much over.
They did come back in the game. You're right. You do have to give them credit. They didn't quit playing with the backup quarterback. I'm guessing their starter will be back this week. Had a concussion, and we'll be back. But they're trying to figure it out too. They had a little pick 6 before the half. A lot of weird stuff. You know, we had 2 teams yesterday turn it over 5 times. An NFL team turning it over, not 1, but 2. You know, those teams have not turned it over at all or had a takeaway.
I'm guessing one of those was Dallas, not knowing the numbers off the top of my head. Dallas, by the way, giving the Dolphins quite a run for their money on those power rankings. They suck.
They did not look good yesterday.
And they made the play yesterday. We were just talking about this during the break. CeeDee Lamb, he's a fantasy player and all that. But what they did yesterday is a fireable offense for every person on that coaching staff that approved that play, to line him up in the backfield like he's some every down back.
Yeah.
When he's your highest paid wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in football.
I probably would not do that.
And you line him up in the backfield as a running back.
And
it wasn't even like a jet sweep or something. Like, they lined him up as like he was, like Saquon Barkley.
Didn't he bounce outside? Wasn't it outside play?
Yeah, he did bounce outside, but they lined him up like he was Saquon Barkley or something back there, and he gets rolled up on. What are you doing using that guy as a running back?
Find a different way to get him the ball.
How is everyone there have a job today? That's the best you can come up with.
They're just not.
Like these are NFL coaches that have a meeting and they're like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna line him up in the backfield like a running back.
I think your eyeballs and my eyeballs tell you that they're the third best team once again in that division.
I don't know, man. They're so bad. Their defense sucks too. They got carved up yesterday.
The Giants didn't look very good either, though.
The Giants are pretty bad too.
Yeah, so we're going to be dead last in that.
Well, the question is, with see how good their rookie quarterback is at some point. But
well, they were screaming for him.
They were.
It didn't take long for the Russell Wilson thing. That lasted 3 games, and it's like, all right, please make a change. Please make a change. Anyway, we've got Dave Hyde going to join us from the Sun Sentinel. We got Dave coming up here. We'll talk to him about all the events and this whole Dolphins thing, which I heard about. But I got to tell you, man, Saturday it was Dolphin free as the Canes took the big show from start of the morning till the end of the night with a nice win against the Gators. Got the bye week coming up here, and then off to play Florida State, who is now a top 10 team in the country. By the way, another nice story? This Mendoza kid, the Cal quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Playing great at Indiana. Playing great.
Yeah, they beat the hell out of Illinois.
Yeah, hammered them. Yeah, that was.
How'd you let him go, man? Well, that's on you. You got to cough up some dough.
I think they.
That's on you.
I don't think it was about money.
Well, maybe it would have been if you stepped up to the plate.
I can't
come
say
on,
that.
man.
That was weak on my part.
Yeah,
Of course,
it's always about money.
Some of it was definitely money, but
most of it's about money.
I think it was also had to do with he's looking around him going, they're never going to have the money and the resources.
It's about the money.
Let's get to a team that spends money and gets after.
You and Aaron Rodgers could have made that happen.
Aaron Rodgers could have made it happen.
Yep.
At least
with your backing.
At least he picked up his salary. That would have been good. Well, listen, you need to start donating some money to your South Florida team, and we keep.
They got to win.
Some of those guys.
They got to win. South Carolina State they beat.
That's all right. It's good. Is that a division game or
a conference game? Are you asking if they're in the same conference? That's funny. No, they're not.
They're not.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, listen.
Thank you for that shot.
It wasn't a shot.
Nobody knows what conference they're in. It's okay.
I don't even know.
I think it's just called the American now. They got rid of athletic conference at the end, so I think it's just called the American.
All right.
They're trying to get out, bro. Maybe eventually.
Got off to a nice start, man. There's nothing wrong.
They did.
Nothing wrong with what they've done. They should be.
They got a showdown with Memphis coming up at the end of October.
Can I tell you who's the hottest coach right now in the country? The hottest coach right now?
Dabo.
That guy at Syracuse.
Oh, okay. I was going to go with Dabo, no?
That guy at Syracuse is going to be getting one hell of a job.
Did you enjoy watching Clemson?
Yes.
Pretty fun, right?
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They got their butts kicked. That wasn't right off the bat.
Another first overall pick quarterback, by the way. What's up with that guy?
Man, right now, I'm not sure he gets drafted.
Who's the best quarterback in college football?
I don't know. I haven't seen.
You think the guy from Oklahoma,
maybe? You ask me every week that. I don't know.
It's something we need to start looking into, Joe.
South Carolina.
Maybe you start doing a little scouting here.
I got news for you. This team has got right now. I don't think they're thinking about. Well, I know the coach is not thinking about it. He went all in on this on his quarterback, but and I'm not so sure the front office what they're thinking. I have no idea what they are, but I don't know who the best. To answer your question, I have no idea.
Well, that's fair. We have time.
Who the best quarterback is?
Heisman race is interesting now too.
I got to tell you, Miami did not have his best game.
No, he did not.
And he had all day and all night to throw. The pass protection.
I'm glad you
really
said that.
Good.
Unbelievably amount of time he's got to sit back there.
He was looking, and by the way, in some cases, guys weren't open.
The good news is Miami won't play a defense better than that the rest of the year. I truly believe that.
It would.
That defense is really good, man. That Florida defense.
The guy that made the interception is one of the great plays you'll ever see come across the middle. That was
the one on Carson.
Hell of a play. Yeah. Great play. All right.
Boy, the momentum at that point was just.
When I say all right, man, that means I got to go to break because Dave Hyde's
you're following the format. I love that.
Protect your home and Loctite Impact Windows. But you know what? Whenever you want to keep going, you just keep going. Protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Man, if you got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now, and you can pay later. Loctite does those kind of things for you, man. If you still got some time here, there's still some threats out there in the Atlantic Ocean. You're going to see those noodles going all over the needles going all over the place in the water. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. I got to tell you, check them out. Go to their website, LoctiteImpact.com. That's LoctiteImpact.com. Find out what they can do for you. Check out their thousands of 5-star reviews they have, quality work that they do, whether it's the windows or doors or getting you a brand new roof. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or call 954-500-LOCK, covering all of South Florida. To everybody, we got a special guest coming up here. Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel joins us this morning. Dave, I got to tell you, whatever you've been feeling with this Dolphins team now at 0-3, Saturday night made you feel a lot better watching how physical and the way the Canes were able to dominate Florida in that game, huh?
Those were, and I wrote my column about it in the Sun Sentinel, two massive dominant lines. And you know, we sit here and you see Carson Beck go on the national interview after the game and all that. I get it, but how did they win? They won because of you look at those talent on the lines, how massive, and really Mario Cristobal's built it in his image, hadn't he?
Yes.
Offensive tackle in college, and they're going to have two high number one draft picks, one off each line this year, and that sort of tells you, okay, they're back, right? When Miami's spitting out really talented big linemen, that tells you the program's right where you want it.
Boy, you're not kidding. And the way they're running around and just everything right now, it just looks so good. And of course, they got a big test coming up. All of a sudden, the Florida State story is, and it's at Tallahassee. And so they'll get their first big test on the road here after looking so good at home, where they've been really good at Hard Rock Stadium. Now have to win at Tallahassee. And by the way, it also happens to be their first game. How about that? It could be the two best teams in ACC face off in their first ACC game. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird what's happened in the ACC. Clemson has just crumbled, right? I mean, and
oh boy,
you got Dabo Sweeney living in the past, not embracing the NIL, and you know, it's sort of a story of times passing a coach by. There's one of them, and you know, who else is there? Georgia Tech, and you know, they're
nice story.
They're a nice story. Nice team, nice story, but you know, they don't have the talent to measure up. And in fact, I heard you guys earlier, and I agree. Who's playing better than Miami right now? You know, and again, I don't see Ohio State every game, and I'm sure Oregon, but nobody's playing better than Miami right now.
Hey, so I want to ask you, outside of the quarterback and Cam Ward, obviously is first overall pick in the draft, is a better quarterback, a prospect looking quarterback than Carson Beck is right now, who's done a nice solid job with this team. But overall, this team to me looks a lot better than last year's team in just about every area, except maybe the receivers and the quarterback. What do you think about that?
Well, the defense, look at the defense, Joe. Remember how they left last season with Syracuse?
It's bad.
Syracuse was scoring from the sideline, it seemed. And here, so Mario's pretty ruthless, isn't he? I remember when Al Golden was here and Mark D'Onofrio, and everybody's like, is he ever going to let him go? You don't have that issue with Mario and his coordinator. He's you know, didn't like the defense, got rid of the coordinator, brought in a new coordinator from Minnesota, and of course they did what they do, which is it seemed like they're signing 4- and 5-star recruits at every position, and especially they bolstered that secondary, and now the defense is a weapon. So you say what's better or what's different? To me, I just go right to the defense right away.
Yeah, Corey Heatherman, the defensive coordinator, has just done a great job in the transfer portal. To your point, there's a lot of guys they got from this transfer portal that have really upgraded this team again to for a second year in a row, really brought in a lot of talent. Hey, let's flip it over. So, all right, Dolphins 0-3, getting ready to play the Jets. Nothing's going to change. Matter of fact, the team's going to say, hey, we played a lot better in game 3. We're getting closer against maybe the best team in AFC, maybe the second best team. So we're going to keep rolling. The owner's not making any changes. It's pretty clear. So what do you expect? For me, it starts with if we're going with this group and we're not giving up and they're getting ready and we feel we can get back to 500. I saw you wrote about this with some of the guys you have on your schedule. Tua's got to play a lot better. He doesn't even look close to the guy who played in 2023.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. He doesn't seem to he not that he ever had a rifle for an arm, but they don't even try to throw downfield. They don't have a downfield passing scheme other than once a game, you know, Tyreek will go deep and they'll heave it up there. But there's not a scheme. You know, watching the game and they put up the stat on Thursday night that late in the game to his average air pass is minus 0.5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Tells you everything about what they're trying.
Yeah.
And remember, they brought in a new passing coordinator. They spent the offseason trying to come up with that was the number one homework assignment. How to get some mid-level and downfield passing back into this offense. And obviously they don't have the answer. And to me, the question starts with the guy throwing the ball. They're is this all he is?
I know there's a lot of different parts. The defense has not been what we thought it was going to be either. And, to be fair, but I just, the quarterback situation, and I get it. You can blame the offensive line that it's still not maybe good enough, especially with two starters out on the right side. But now people are going after Tyreek Hill. And I got to tell you something. You can go after Tyreek Hill for a lot of things, but I'm not blaming him for 5 catches and 49 yards. I am not blaming him. I thought he got open. There were some chances to get him the ball. And honestly, Tua can't get it there.
Yeah, I think that's, to me, the takeaway by now. That a lot of you look at the games yesterday, and you realize how hard quarterback is to play, and yet there's Baker Mayfield at the end of the game. He didn't have his left tackle. He's missed another lineman in the game. I saw Mike Evans hobbled off. And so he's got to win the game after the Jets have just blocked a field goal and scored a touchdown, have all this. Their coach is strutting down the sidelines. They're feeling great. And Baker just takes them right down the field for a winning field goal. Then you go to the Chargers game, and Justin Herbert, he has 2 drives at the end of the game with the game on the line to win it. And look, you're not going to do those every week, but these last couple weeks with the Dolphins where Tua has thrown bad interceptions in the last few minutes have, we're in year 6. We're in year 6 now. It's taken on a Ryan Tannehill type feel where people saying, well, he doesn't have this and he doesn't have it. I get it. It's never perfect, and it's not perfect. And I agree. Kevin O'Donnell of Minnesota made a great point last week, which I always thought that organizations let down quarterbacks as much as quarterbacks let down organizations. And you look around the league, the Darnolds and the Baker Mayfields and the guys who have resurrected their careers. But here we are, year 6 with Tua, and I just don't see it, coming out saying at some point, okay, he's the answer.
No, so let me ask you, he's not going anywhere though. So Woody brings it up like, hey, how much longer are we going to watch this? And I get what he's saying. Then I go, well, for the amount of money we owe him, we're going to see a lot more of him. He ain't going away. And Mike went all in on him on this new contract when it did happen before last year. So you agree, or do they flip it if he doesn't start playing a lot better than just throwing all these little short passes?
Well, I think he's here this year for sure. I mean, I don't think you can get out of that, and nor should you, because what you have invested, you're just going to ride it to the very end. But in the off season, if this is how it looks, then you're back to square one of, okay. In fact, at midseason, if this team still is looking like this, I think they pull a heat of 2008, and where Riley said, okay, with Shaq's traded, Wade's hurt, we're tanking. And I wouldn't rule that out with this team. And
I've thought of that. I'm glad you brought that up because I hear that all the time. So that's got to come from the owner. There's no way the GM and head coach are going to go, hey, we've kind of looked at this, kind of like we got rid of Jalen Ramsey. He didn't fit in. We got to start getting rid of some of these guys and look in the future. And I'm going, why? That's what you're telling me? After you guys went all in to get these guys, and now you're telling me you don't want them here? There's no way they're going to do that. They're not.
Completely agree. Absolutely. And you know what? I hated the tank in 2019. My phrase was, smart organizations don't have to tank. And if you're not smart, don't try it. You don't go into a season saying we're going to tank. But if this is the hand you're dealt at midseason, then absolutely, the owner has to step in and say, okay. And part of that, you have to marry it too. And we're hearing things about the quarterback class coming out of college and how good it is. But are there 2 maybe franchise quarterbacks there, and that gets into another tricky situation. You'll be relying upon, God, you want Chris Grier to be talking about franchise quarterbacks again? But you're gonna have to get a read on how good these quarterbacks are. Not a final plan or we want this guy, but just a read on, are these good? So that would go into that whole thing. But absolutely, Joe, Ross would have to step in and say, we're sinking the boat.
You know what's really frustrating for me? Very average, on the top of anybody's list. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington is just getting better and better and better. Devon, and now Ollie Gordon II. If I was to tell you, minus not much from the tight end position, but that's your skill position players, you're thinking, you know what? That's pretty good group.
Funny. That's good.
There's a lot of teams like going, hey, let me have that group.
Somebody brought it up on one of the broadcasts that with those three speed, Waddle, Hill, and Devon Achane, that you've got three speed guys that you should be able to, put in various places on the field and spacing to counteract this, the dreaded too deep safety and look and all that stuff. And they haven't been able to do it for whatever reason. So, here we are. I was kind of excited about this year because I wanted to see what they came up with. And then we went up to Indianapolis, and by now we're seeing the same short dink and dunk passing game. That's really
a lot of swing passes, a lot of screens outside, which I get. And, when in doubt, Devon Achane's going to touch and he's going to end up putting up probably big numbers this year, which is great. But, man, this thing was built, as you said. And by the way, every week I hear this from the other team going, boy, you guys got that fast crew back. Nobody's going to touch in a track meet, in a relay. And I go, that's great. But, if you're not getting it down the field and getting some big flash plays, 30-plus yard plays, it's no good.
Yeah, and that gets to, I don't know what's going on with Tua in that, again, he never had a strong arm, but
not like this, though.
It seems like something is physically or something's wrong there because it's just flow ball now, and then you throw in the health concerns and all that, and so the franchise is back to having big decisions to make.
Yeah, and by the way, his last two throws deep. Unless we're starting this new thing and we're going to try to sell our fan base on, hey, when you throw it and you go down the field, it's probably going to be short. So get prepared once you run past everybody to stop and come back for the ball, because I've never heard that before for any guys I've ever played with. But that's the new thing. Of course, Tyreek caught the first one a couple weeks ago, but the other day he's got a guy on each side of him, and I see somebody wrote, boy, that effort tells you all you need to know. And I'm like, effort on what? The guy's 5'9". What do you think? He's going to jump up like Michael Jordan?
Yeah, that would have been a great he's made those catches before, but to expect him to come down with every time, that's a little much. Again, when especially the New England game, when he was 5 yards behind the defense, and at some point, you just got to be connected on those passes, and that's what this offense was put together to do. And the coaches obviously don't have an answer, or they don't have the right guy throwing it because they're back to the dink and dunk offense, which is that's frustrating to watch.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a little disappointment, and hopefully they can get something going there. Hey, by the way, before I let you go, how cool is that game day stuff with McAfee and Matthew Tkachuk? How good was all that stuff?
It's always fun. They had it here. What I was trying to think the last time I read, I think it was 2017, and on campus. They had it at the stadium in 2020. But it's always fun. It's always
great for the school. Great stuff.
Great advertisement for the school, right? I mean, and great recruiting and all the stuff that it's sort of like the fans' version of when Cam Ward was down here for his pro day and all the scouts and all the national media was So they're look, they're up and running, and this is the year for them to win big. This is really they just have to keep it going.
Well, I'll tell you what, it leaves a good feel when your college here in town plays like that. It was just great for business, no question about it. Hey,
Joe, I thought they were going to shut out Florida. It was 13-0 at half, and I looked up. They were saying, "Oh, the last time Florida was shut out was '88."
Yeah,
and I thought, wait a second. I covered the Gators back then for the Herald, and I looked up. There's my article from that game. So that tells you how old I am, how long I've been writing stories about 13-0 and 15-0 and all this.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, man, that's all they got was that third quarter, because in the fourth quarter, boy, the Canes came back and they got after him. Dave, as always, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Joe. Good talking to you.
All right, Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel. Always a good read up there in Broward County. But you don't have to just be in Broward. You can be in Dade and Palm Beach and get all Dave Hyde stuff. We've got to go to break here, man. We're running a little bit late. We'll take a quick one. We'll be right back.
Miami sports leader.
Well, before we whip it around the NFL here, I want to let people know baseball season is winding down. We're going to have a chance for you to win some Marlins tickets, another beer fest coming up this Saturday at Depot Park, Marlins, and that's we'll let you know at some point here how you can win those.
All right.
To get people out to beer fest. And by the way, it's a bye week Saturday. So even better.
You're saying it's a good time. Would they finish at home with the Mets and the Phillies? I believe. Is that right?
Sounds good.
Sure. 6 at home. 3 with the Phillies on the road. They're about done here.
It's a good finish for them. Very good story this year. But we will get you to Beer Fest later on in the show. You can decide when we do that. All right, let's whip around the NFL here. Before we do, though, shout out to Bill Belichick, man. You see the score of that one?
I did.
I got to show you the tweet. The UCF football sent out a tweet that had the knight, their like night mascot on the beach, holding up a big W with it. I'll show it to you. It's
a little shot
funny.
of the mermaid shot.
And I will also tell you, there's video of her on the sideline talking to him while his team's warming up. Guys running a daycare and trying to coach his team. It's just embarrassing.
I think he's going to marry this girl.
Yeah, sure.
Bill's acting whatever happened. I don't know what kind of program he got on. I don't know if he's on the Atlantic Men's Clinic program or something, but he turned back the clock.
Yeah.
He just seems crazy about this deal. But you know, you ever hear go, I'll tell you what, that young person just loves being around older people. Just does so well, mixes it so well.
There's only one thing I'm pretty sure of, Joe, and that's that she is going to get his fortune.
Nope.
I think that's perhaps why she's in the game here.
I'm guessing there's 2 sons and a daughter are going to fight that and probably don't like her at all because they see that.
They can fight as much as they want, but when he changes the will, that's how it goes. To the NFL we go.
All right, well.
The Browns beat the Packers 13-10. Disastrous finish, by the way, for Green Bay in this game. Love throws an interception. This one had a block kick too, right? Yeah, this one had a block kick in it at the end.
How does that happen?
I have no idea.
How did the Browns beat Green Bay?
The Colts beat up on the Titans 41-20. The Colts were actually good, so that's at least a little silver lining here.
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will be comeback player of the year and MVP.
Yep. Bengals missing Joe Burrow just a bit. Fall to the Vikings, who are missing their starting quarterback. 48-10 was the final. They have a pretty good defense coordinator in Minnesota. Grew up something there, I guess.
He did. And after
the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers are 2-1, Joe. 21-14 over the Patriots.
Don't get too excited. They could easily be 0-2.
Yeah, that's
easily.
This morning.
The Jets had the lead late.
That's what we're doing.
And the Patriots turned it over 5. To say the F word again, 5 times.
We're not at home, bro. You get out to a sports bar or something. You just chop it up here.
Pro teams cannot turn the ball over 5 times. I think you go to a high school football game and see a team turn it over 5 times.
All right, Eagles beat the Rams 33-26. They blocked the kick at the end of this game, too. Expect to see some more push controversy here this week. The league was supposed to monitor the false start thing a little bit closer. They missed one. I guess this would be a topic.
You sound like you want to get rid of the push.
Well, I hated it, but I have Jalen Hurts as my fantasy quarterback now, so I kind of like it. So you got to find a way to get on board because it's not going away.
Yeah, I think it is. I think this can do it for it.
Well, they can't say the false start thing's got to stop. They just have to police it better.
I saw they all zeroed in. When they do it, I didn't realize they all angle in. All the linemen angle in towards the center and the quarterback behind them.
All right, the Bucs beat the Jets 29-27 despite the comeback there from the Jets, setting up a battle of the winless on Monday Night Football.
A couple of 0-3ers going at it for Monday Night Football.
Take that, ESPN. They got Ravens and Lions tonight, so that makes up for it, right? Yeah, you can have the Ravens and Lions this week, but you're getting Dolphins.
So what do you
Jets.
think? The Ravens and Lions going to be a good game?
I think they're a good team, exciting teams.
Both
it's a juicy matchup, isn't it?
Does it do it to you like a little Lamar and Josh? Though?
No, but they can't play every week. Jags and Texans and Jaguars are 2-1. Texans 0-2, 17-10. You're playing there.
Man,
I don't know. I don't. Maybe more shocking was the Broncos are 1-2. They fell to the Chargers 23-20. Justin Herbert had that really nice.
they
play
could
at
be
the end.
3-0 though, very easily.
That's in
Not the
Broncos.
The Broncos. Excuse me.
You keep saying that.
They got a call against them at the end of the game after a team missed the field goal, got 15 yards closer, and kicked it for the win.
You keep saying that. All right, it's fine. Seahawks beat up on the Saints 44-13.
You and I just have major disagreements.
I know. I just think it's funny. Like you said, they could be. Like, yeah, the Dolphins could be 2-1.
The Patriots had to be inside the 10-yard line 3 times. They got 0 points. He throws a pick. Drake May throws an terrible interception. And then Stevenson fumbled going into the end zone.
All right, moving along here. I don't know that anybody looked worse than the Cowboys yesterday. 31-14. They fall to the Bears. The Bears get the first win. Caleb Williams at 4 touchdowns.
Couple of trick plays. Yeah.
He did.
Nice looking trick plays.
This game was not very good. 49ers and Cardinals. San Fran went 16-15. James Conner went
out for the year.
Season.
A lot of injuries, by the way.
There were a lot of injuries.
You just wonder. You see this every week, 2 or 3 guys going down each team. Like, what's this going to look like in December? What is it going to look like?
Then Sunday Night Football had a real treat last week. Chiefs win 22-9. The Giants. That's terrible. 1 touchdown. The Scatterbo guy had 1 touchdown, and then second half.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Ravens and Lions tonight. Baltimore's favored by 4.5. Both teams at 1-1. Games in Baltimore. Total of 53.5. They're expecting some points.
This should be a fun. You're right. That should be good.
Yeah, it'd be a great game.
We just had weird ones, man. We had a lot of blowouts. Usually the league does a good job no matter what the records are. Somebody hangs around, and then yesterday we had all the 17-plus point wins. Terrible.
The witching hour yesterday was fantastic.
Yes, it was. It was fun.
Excellent.
Fun to hear him, man. It's always fun when he.
A lot of wins became losses. A lot of losses became wins yesterday in the witching hour.
Yep. Right on the money. Right on the money.
This is usually, by the way, Joe, where you give me your pick for tonight, if you wouldn't mind. Ravens and Lions. Again, the spread is 4.5.
I like Baltimore. I like Baltimore.
Ride the horse tonight?
Yeah, ride them.
All right. Baltimore it is.
Ride the 1-2 punch tonight with the big fella. All right. Hey, Woody, we got 8 o'clock hour coming up here. I want to tell you about Chapman Partnership. Love talking about the organization and what they do for the homeless. And it's so much more. I know when I say homeless, somebody says, when you say homeless, people think you got a stop sign or stoplight, and here they come to your thing and start screaming at you for money. I mean, it's so much more. It's so much more than homeless stopping by for a bite to eat and maybe an occasional shower or something. No, they're really doing rehabilitation is what they're doing. Chapman Partnership's got 2 great locations down in Dade County. They're changing lives daily. They go so much more than shelter, providing caring support and wraparound services at Chapman, celebrating your 30th anniversary this year and 30 years of hope. For over 3 decades, Chapman has assisted over 145,000 individuals and families to overcome self-sufficiency. I just want to say this. Listen, they've got so many people that donate their time. Doctors, mental health doctors for physical, dentists come in. And it really is about rehabilitation and helping them find another job and getting families back together and finding a place to live. They really do from A to Z to help people. The goal is with 3 to 4 months to help them get back out in our communities and a positive reinforcement that Chapman Partnership offers every day, man. So if you like to get involved, it make you feel good because the homeless problem is not going away at all. Join me on WQM to show support to one of my favorite charities, really making a difference in our community. Any level of support is so impactful. So to help support families and individuals to overcome homelessness at Chapman here in 2025, just go online to chapmanpartnership.org. A lot of people in Dade County, man, giving their time and their money. Thank you so much on behalf of WQAM. Thank you.
This update is brought to you by Darrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Darrell Hyundai or DarrellHyundai.com. Starting with the Canes, who moved up to number 2 in the AP poll. Miami will be off this week before playing their first road game in Tallahassee a week from Saturday. In the NFL, Week 3 will come to a close tonight with the Ravens and Lions. Week 4 begins on Thursday with the Cardinals and Seahawks. The Dolphins will host the Jets on Monday Night Football. On the ice, the Panthers dropped a preseason doubleheader to the Predators. The Cats will continue the preseason on Wednesday in Carolina. And the Marlins, who got their second straight sweep, beating the Rangers 4-2. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Philly tomorrow. Joe, we'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And a lot of news from yesterday, a lot of games, and fun to watch. Sit back and watch the Red Zone. I can't lie, man. Did not take it off the Red Zone. Especially all those 1 o'clock games. Bang, 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 bang. I didn't even notice a commercial, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't noticed it either.
It
might have been some backlash or something. I don't know.
They went Foursquare a couple
They do a
of
few
games.
ads, though. Like, they'll do, like, here the upcoming, like, something or other for DraftKings or whatever. Like, they'll do that, but I haven't noticed much in the way of ads.
You got to kind of get used to watching it, though. Like, it's different because you kind of wonder if you about team, but they don't miss anything. And by the way, if they do, they go back. And
Scott Hansen's one of the best broadcasters in the business. He is truly fantastic. I don't know how he does that, by the way.
All the names,
like he knows everything. They follow every play. It's amazing.
And if he does, he comes right back, corrects it, and gives you the play and lets you know. And it is. By the way, it's pretty amazing, and it is friggin' nonstop. Those games end up,
It works though too. Like, you can just sit and watch that for 7 hours. Like, it works.
They had 2 game-winning field goals at almost identical times. It was crazy.
The last few minutes of the 1 o'clock hour or the window were very wild,
just
to say
getting
the least.
A little closer. Although I got to tell you, there weren't a lot of competitive games, right? There was a lot of blowouts in that game. I guess the surprise right now is of the NFL, if you're with me, is the Colts on just how I know.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones been really good, but they got a good running game. Their defense has been.
I think that Packers thing yesterday was
biggest early on. Yeah,
that by the way, I don't know how many, I had lived in every parlay possible. They're not going to lose to the Browns, but
Cleveland's got a really good defense. Their offense is just that
I told
bad.
you when we started the show, the first thing I thought of yesterday is the teams that we have upcoming on the schedule looked a whole lot more competent yesterday. We got the Panthers coming up.
Yeah.
They waxed the Falcons.
They did.
Shut them out.
And we got them up there. Yeah, they did. They made them look real bad. Yeah.
So I don't know how good they are, and they seem to be at least competitive. And then the Browns seem competitive as well. You obviously have Chargers too in there, who are very good.
No, you've got. Listen, nothing. When you're 0-3,
nothing's easy.
Nothing's
easy.
Going
to tell me?
Yes, nothing's easy. When you're 0-3, I'm sure the Jets are going. We got to get healthy this week. This is a team we got to go down and beat.
That spread is crazy, by the way. The disrespected Dolphins 2.5-point favorites at home against the Jets.
Well,
that's
they're
crazy,
0-3 too. What do you expect?
I know.
I mean, the numbers, they're looking at numbers and how you're doing offensively and how you're doing defensively. And
I thought the Dolphins played a hell of a game on Thursday, with the exception of, a couple of passes. But
I got to tell you, Mike, and I know it was dogpiling after the game. Mike called a great game.
He did.
He called a
that
really
was not
good
on
game
Mike
for what he has and what he called and getting guys open and short crossing routes. So I've got this new thing that I've said. Apparently it's out there because some people, and I think Mike's calling what Tua can handle. Mike is going, okay, this is what Tua can do. Now, maybe some of it's because of the offensive line, maybe, but I think a lot of it's because he's going, hey, I don't know if something's not right with Tua from even when he was throwing ahead. He was connecting with Tyreek a couple years ago, hitting him in stride over the top. And I get it. He's not throwing it 75 yards in the air, but if he can throw it 55, he was getting it 55, knowing Tyreek could run under it. And they had great timing. Right now, whether it's a deep comeback or an out route or something a crossing route deeper or a takeoff down the middle. His last couple of throws to Tyreek Hill specifically have been ducks.
Kind of feels like ever since he came back last season,
yes,
that it's been
yeah,
like a
because he didn't
downhill.
play. You're right. He didn't play at the end of last year.
Right, like he came back, he was rough. Yeah, I'm with you. By the way, something does seem like it's up with him.
No, I'm just. It looked like,
and I don't think he's good to begin with, but like it does seem like something is not right.
And I know he's been coached up to throw the ball away and make good decisions and, live for another down. And you can see that. You can see that part of his game. And he's got a goal of staying healthy. But, yeah, I think that's why I think Mike's game plan was really good. But
I also think the fact that he can't run and teams know that he can't run.
Yeah, you don't have to
is
have a spy
massive disadvantage.
Every
other quarterback in the NFL, at least there's like a somewhat of a threat that the guy could take off.
Look at the runs. I watched Daniel Jones take off and run yesterday during those highlights.
Well, he runs. Yeah, he's good.
He had 700 yards rushing one year with the Giants. So
the other issue too, like you got to get that ball out quick because the guy can't take a hit. If he gets hit, it could be it. He's the only quarterback in the league too that can't take a hit. So
I just
feel two things working against you there.
When he sits for an extra second in the pocket and starts to feel everything getting closer to him, that's when it doesn't look good. It's like, okay, maybe the number one option's not there. Kind of waiting, and now shoot, I'm kind of waiting, but is somebody gonna take me down? He just doesn't. And by the way, if that's the case, I get it, man. You've taken some hits. You've had trouble with your hip. You've had God knows how many concussions. I understand it. I understand. But, man, this is he's got to play better. If you're going to play him, he's got to play better than he is, and especially in these tight ball games in the fourth quarter.
You don't think he's hurt, do you?
No.
I don't know when it would have happened, but
no,
I guess you're on to something, or something does not look right because he's floating those passes up there.
Some of the throws he made down the field, like Washington a couple years ago, and those over the top of the safety and corner, and Tyreek makes a little adjustment to the ball, and it's a 70-something yard touchdown, and all the throws down the sideline, and all I get is, well, the safeties are taking everything away, and I'm like, there's something else going on here besides just the safety thing that we keep hearing about.
Is it possible he's, I don't want to say scared, but
gun shy?
Is there something that's like in his
head? We say
that...
gun shy sounds a little better.
Okay.
Scared
does sound. You know what I mean, though? Like at a certain point, I mean, the guy's taking, you said the concussions and stuff. Like,
I don't think he's scared.
He has to know that he can't take a hit.
I think that's always there. I think he knows one more could be it. Like you run out of free passes, so to speak. So anyway, I don't know, man. We'll see what the game plan is, this week.
If you can't beat the Jets at home on Monday Night Football in a battle of winless teams, like
I am with you. And
you can't win that game. I don't know what
up there, and they find ways to lose every week in tight ball games.
Yeah, they're not very good.
So, I don't know.
A lot of people, by the way, are chiming in here. A lot of people are turning on Tua at this point, and I get it, man. People are pissed. It sucks watching Justin Herbert play every week too. And I know, like, people are sending that in. That pass that he had to Keenan Allen in the end zone,
that was a great
play.
To
tie the game. He slips through a couple of tackles, throws the ball like fading away on a rope while he's getting hit.
Well, I can tell you this, coming out of college, there was one thing that was not discussed. He had a strong arm. That was an A+ arm, and it's still A+ arm. I don't know if they thought I don't even know.
So if he had an A+ arm, he was obviously a better athlete running wise, right?
Oh,
that's not even debatable.
Oh, I remember it was leadership.
Leadership, okay.
I'm trying to think of some of the things that everybody was talking about before. Maybe accuracy. Was it accuracy? I don't remember.
Yeah, you know who else had an accuracy problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy up in Buffalo.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember he was throwing it in the seats and stuff.
I think
and then he figured out how to play.
Wasn't it Troy Aikman said if you're a 55% completion guy in college, that's what you're going to be in the pros?
Everyone's got all the answers. I don't know.
I don't know, but whatever that. And by the way, he did throw it when he first got in the league. Josh did throw it everywhere.
Yes, he did.
You weren't safe in the first or second row of a stadium.
Good thing they have quarterback coaches out there, huh?
Somebody coached him up, or he just decided I'm going to be really friggin' good, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Well, every game the Bills play now, I don't know if you notice this, they do the little split screen thing, and they have him as throwing mechanics as a rookie.
Oh yeah, I did see
now,
that.
Every
I
single
saw that
game
on
the.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching the monitor, and I saw they were showing it.
Yeah, while Chris Collinsworth is stroking him, they usually do that little split screen thing.
Yeah, the Justin Herbert thing is
that one stings too. Yeah,
it's amazing. All of a sudden, he gets a coach. One thing about Harbaugh, whoever he coaches, don't they end up being good?
Usually, yes. Seems that way.
I mean, and he's a little bit different guy now. He's not. Yeah.
Yes.
You see him in front of groups with those glasses on, and you don't know what he's going to say. But man, he can coach him.
954 says, "Can we talk about a real team? UM is undefeated, number 2 in the country. The hell with the Dolphins." By the way, the Dolphins lose.
Thanks for listening.
They lose on Monday night. It might be, right?
Yeah,
I said Lamar had accuracy issues too. Laughing out loud.
Hell,
remember they wanted Lamar to be a wide receiver or something, or a running back or something.
Yes,
right?
Lamar to run a 40 as a receiver, and he told him to kiss his rear end. It was awesome.
He's only been a generational talent at quarterback.
Baltimore goes, we'll take him.
Yeah,
we know what he can do.
God forbid someone here had the foresight to take someone from here.
How about the great Ozzie Newsome? One of the reasons he is one of the great GMs of all time. Oz is behind that move. Not only great tight end when he played, but great general manager. Probably the best combination guy in the history of the sport. As a great tight end, and then shows up and is making some of the picks he's made.
You want a theory on Tua here? 404 says the injury at the end of the last year was to his hip, the left side. He can't properly plant on that leg, so he's trying to arm all his throws. We already know it's weak.
He did hurt his hip at the end of the season.
Is he not healthy?
He ran the other. I saw him run. He ran. He slid. He looked normal. He's not
healthy, by the way. He should get out of the game.
No. But does he? I get the
sit and get healthy, whatever you need.
I get the theories, and I don't think he is. I don't know.
Well, something's got to explain these throws. Those are not NFL throws, man.
No. His 2 throws again down the middle of the field, which, by the way, between a safety and a corner, and then the other one that he came all the way back to catch, were not good-looking throws.
The only guy who probably looked worse was Russell Wilson, who was completely washed.
Yeah, but Russell says all the great. He always says the right things.
He may be the most washed quarterback in the NFL.
Got paid in one more year, though. Got it. But that thing's going to be running out here pretty soon. I agree. All right. Hey, Woody, we got to go to break here, man. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here. Want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Love talking about the work they're doing. Man, when you talk about trucks, it is truck month. And we want to make sure you understand if you are in the market right now for a new truck, your South Florida Chevy dealers. Well, first of all, we got dealerships all over South Florida. Second of all, we got some fantastic deals going on for you right now. All our great trucks. Durable Colorado with a standard turbo max engine and impressive torque. Silverado 1500, always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power you could ever want. Boy, I'll tell you what, if it's needed for what you do for a workday workhorse or a weekend warrior, got all the toys you need. You can pull behind it. It's never a problem. How about Silverado HD? Boy, you'll feel confident and in command no matter what it takes. Boy, I'm telling you right now, the legendary horsepower, one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, whether it's a midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, Chevy pickups will never, ever let you down. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now. If you're in the market for a new truck, make sure you put your South Florida Chevy dealers on that list. You will fall in love today. All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody. Hope everybody had, besides a rainy weekend, we're able to have a darn good one. I know I enjoyed myself sitting back watching all the games both days. That doesn't happen very often. I get a Saturday and a Sunday. I got another one coming up here, too, because the Miami Dolphins play Monday Night Football. Hey, man, I want to get back to the Canes here for just a second. I guess you could kind of watch that game and realize that with that 26-7 win that took place, and now number 2 in the AP poll. Can't wait for that game coming up. It's going to be a blast. Another really good game to look forward to with Florida State. Looks like they have bounced back. By the way, how about the Florida State? They go from undefeated till they got down to third. They were undefeated, and they just didn't get a chance to play for the national, to the playoffs. They didn't make, I started saying national championship, but the playoff system. They come back the next year. They lose everybody, right? Everybody goes in the NFL draft. Just unbelievable the year he had. Comes back, and they were terrible. Like dead last in the ACC. Come back this year, and they look like one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the ACC. Hell, they're a top 10 team.
All right, so I don't know how good Alabama is. You'll find out how good Florida State is. They got Virginia.
I don't know anything about Virginia.
They're 3-1, Virginia. So they got them coming up on Friday.
Friday, we'll get to see them.
So we do a little advanced scouting.
We got to do that. We can all do our advanced
FSU
scouting.
is favored by 6.5 points on the road.
Wow. Okay.
Favored by a touchdown.
We'll get a chance to see what they look like. All I know is Miami has a really, really good team across the board. Matter of fact, the only guy that probably didn't play well in that Canes Florida game was a quarterback.
Yep.
He was the only one. And they looked like they confused him a little bit when he threw it, but it wasn't.
He had a lot of time back there, too.
Boy, when they went with a 4-man rush and they dropped everybody into coverage.
No pressure.
There was no pressure. They were getting blocked. And
you realize every game this season, though, they have worn down their opponents with the run.
Well, that's a Mario
thing.
The
Gators were worn down, man. And again, I think that defense is really good, but
they didn't have the depth on that D line.
No.
They had a bunch of guys out, so the front line guys were
out,
good.
Yep.
But they pounded him. He went right back after they got a couple stops. He said, "All right, enough's enough."
Notre Dame started to fade at the end.
They did.
USF started fading in the second quarter.
So anyway, but he's got his formula stuff, and yet he's still got some really, really good group of receivers. But they're like, hey, we're going to run the ball, and they just run at you. They're just going to run at you and try to set you up in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, and then keep pounding if they can. If not, they'll throw some passes in there. But they got a real good group of receivers. I don't know if they're having trouble getting open or any of the things in that game. But I got to tell you, on the other side of the ball, starting with those 2 defensive ends, do you see their grades, by the way? Ranked like top 2.
Pro Football Focus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, that's I don't know how much
those guys
people
are rocketing up the draft boards. Huh?
Like that, but Mesidor on one side and Reuben Bain is just playing out of his mind. He made a play. This is the second time he's done this. He gets the quarterback and they drop it off and he turns and chases. He went out, remember, in the screen outside, and the ball went up in the air and he intercepted it. And then, he goes out and makes the tackle again. And it was a good catch right at the end by Herbstreit. Oh my God, watch this. Guy just gets the quarterback and turns, and it's like a drill you work in practice, and you chase the guy. And it's not just those 2. 2 linebackers are playing great. Can't say enough about those guys. Secondary. By the way, did we even talk about the Gator wide receivers? That was a weird one. Did they even
because the guy had like 20 yards passing the first half.
He threw to the tight end out in the flats.
Yeah.
He couldn't connect with him. He was spraying it all over the place on outlet to the tight end on the flats. But I don't remember him getting a chance to throw the ball to them.
Not really.
And he
But that game got very dicey at the end, though, man. 13-7, they had the ball, but you said this earlier, that catch that Marty Brown had on that screen pass, that crazy spinning catch that he had. He doesn't make that play. You're in a world of trouble.
Well, you're in 3rd and 6 again.
You're in a world of trouble. He doesn't make that play. That was like a game-changing play, in a big way.
So he makes that catch, runs 16 yards for the play, and then they got it rolling, and you could see. And by the way, the two backs, what a nice 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a guy in the transfer portal that I wasn't really counting on much? Is Brown. I mean, he was supposed to be the 3rd back.
Yeah, he's been incredible.
Lyle has been injured, and now, but Brown's not going to give that. I kind of sense Mario's like, hey, man, this is no time to be crying about your playing time now. We're off and running, man, getting ready for FSU.
Those two guys really fit, I think, what Mario's trying to do, though, right? That bruising downhill stuff.
Those two? Oh, my God. Just really complement each other and their style. By the way, Fletcher has just become a great power back. We've had some great running backs, and I'm not getting into the other. We've had some 220-pound running backs really good here without going to the whole list of how good. But this kid runs hard, man. This 220 pounds, 225 pounds he carries, he's going through there, and he's dishing it out, man. Yeah, so 249 yards between Fletcher and Brown, and then Brown has 4 catches for 53 yards, including what we're talking about. Probably got screwed on one in the pile. I think they thought they had their arms around him, and then they go back and look at it, and they're going,
it's really remarkable
might have been a little early on that.
One bad call can change an entire game.
But once they blow that whistle, you can't change.
I suppose.
And you can hear those whistles.
I didn't hear. I mean, it was so loud in there. You couldn't hear anything, but
I could hear them on TV.
There's a lot of cheering going on at that moment on that play, so we did not hear whistles.
Well, everybody. No, you're right, because he took off and ran, and people were thinking
bonkers.
He came out.
That was the game right there. They go up 20-0, ball game.
Game was over in the 4th quarter anyway, man.
I know.
It's all right. 13-7 and 13-7 in the 4th.
Got a little scary there.
All right. Hey, listen, by the way, people, things are going to go against you in the game. And that was the first time they've really had something go against them this season. And they responded. All right, 13-7. Okay. Now we can't get anything going in 3rd quarter offensively. And the defense just said, we got this. We got it. All right, we gave up the one drive. We got it. Stop them. 4th and 3, 3rd and 1. Shoot the gap. Get them for a loss on that play. They were backed up. They couldn't go for it because they were still terrible field position, so they were forced to punt. But
do you realize on the flip side, the Gators may not win a game the rest of the way? Have you seen their schedule?
I have.
They get a week off, and they got
heard that.
Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and FSU. So they're going to play in this stretch here. Number 3, number 4, number 10, and number 9. Then you get Mississippi State. Then you get number 5. Then you get Kentucky, and then you get 13, 15, and 8. Those are all the rankings of these teams. You look at this preseason, it would have been
tell you, if he loses
remarkable if they went 500.
If he loses most of those games.
What do you mean if?
They will get rid of him.
It's really unfair. It's kind of a tough break, but
they go 3-9 or 4-8. All of a sudden, you're going to hear some bowl gator talk. And it won't be a bunch of bull. It'll be real. There's a lot of money up there, man.
Yeah.
Lot of money. By the way, did anybody catch President Joe, man? A lot of great things being said about.
I saw that.
Huh? See McAfee stuff on
Yeah.
Called him suit. Then he sat down. He goes, "Oh, we'd like to introduce you to our president of the university." And he goes, "My bad." I'm sorry. And he goes, "Hey, man, if you decide you want to be really good in football, it starts with a guy like that." the president of this university, for all of you that have done political ads against presidents at the university, for all of you that have, we've had presidents take off because the job and everything else, and you felt like they weren't committed to sports.
Too much academics.
Too much academics and worried about the medical facilities and all that. You got a guy that sees the importance for the brand of the University of Miami and thinks it all ties together, from the medical field to the academics. He thinks having a really good football team and a really good basketball team is really important. Oh, let me add baseball into that too. He thinks those things are important. And we're lucky to have that guy. We are lucky. By the way, you notice, Mario, first thing, hey, what has happened here? Starts with my president. That guy recruits. That guy helps players out when they need help with money, and not helping them with the money, but what to do with money and how to do it. And you got to pay, and everybody's getting paid. He is he's a total package. He is. For years, we bitched around here. We have made a commitment. Go, okay, what do we have to do? We got to pay. We got to get a coaching staff. We got to pay him. We got to have a recruiting budget. We got to have better facilities.
Look at the difference, though, man.
That's what I mean.
If they were a 500 team, they wouldn't have had game day down here. And this matchup with FSU would. I assume that's going to be.
That's got to be a game day.
I would think.
First of all, the numbers they
matchup.
get from a game to start with, of course they're going to get it.
Yeah.
They got to get it. Now, I don't know what else is being played saying that.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, if Penn State's playing Ohio State or something like that, I don't.
Does it even matter?
Well, I'm saying if it's one or the other, or Oregon jumps in there and they're playing Penn State or Ohio State, then, but outside of that, I don't know if there's an SEC matchup they'd rather have than Florida State, Miami. Right now, I'm not sure there is. Just going through this whole thing. All right, we got to go to break here, Woody. I got a little long-winded.
You got a little carried away with that one, huh?
Yeah. But, hey, man, game day is good for business, and having it around.
Yep. Florida and Texas that day. I don't think that'll be a problem. Alabama and Vanderbilt.
Nope.
Does that do it for you?
No, give me some Big Ten. I need Big Ten.
Michigan and Wisconsin. Wisconsin sucks. Notre Dame and Boise State.
Nope.
Oklahoma and Kent State, TCU, Colorado.
No.
I mean, these are ranked games, man.
I think I think they're going up to the state capitol.
UCLA and Penn State. UCLA's 0-3.
State capitol. You just named it. Florida State. Miami. Go right back up there.
Florida State wins this week. They'll be close to the top 5.
Yep. They go up there and win by a couple.
You want them to
touchdowns.
win? You want them to beat
I want them
Virginia,
to win.
just to make the matchup sexier?
Yeah. Want them to win.
Okay.
Of course. Hey, we got to go to break here, Woody. We are running a little bit late like we usually do on this show, and you get really getting me all fired up here this morning. Hey, I love telling people about Dr. Barry and his staff and the great work they've been doing. I just want to talk to every one of you guys that might be a little off the road right now, where your wife's saying, hey, or your girlfriend or your buddies have said, hey, man, maybe a little help would be good, man. Going through some rough times, whether it's through a marriage, whether it's through work, whether it's a combination of something in the family that's got you off the road a little bit. I want to tell you, Recovery Unplugged could be absolutely perfect for what you need. We're always talking about game changers on the field, but here's one for your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health, for a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like this ketamine therapy of depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you know needs a little winning strategy right now and you really care about them, call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life. And if you're a little off the road right now, man, and you're struggling a little bit, Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud. Welcome back, and good morning to everybody. Man, it's amazing. Sometimes in the family of radio stations here, where most of them are FM. What do we have? 7 stations, Woody, AM, FM stations? We do. We're actually 2 of them now, right?
Next time you walk the hall, why don't you count them?
I always forget if it's 6 or 7. I'm sorry. Anyway,
use your fingers to count them.
All right. So anyway, the girls are all fired up about Bill Belichick. So they're screaming. I was going, what's going on? And they're going, aren't you disgusted with this Belichick thing and that bitch he's with, that 24-year-old that's going to take his money? And
these are the ladies down here talking about?
And the other girls are going, no, hell no. She's got a right. He's a dumbass. Good for her. He knows he's stupid.
How do you insert yourself into this conversation? Because I heard you yelling down there too.
So I just
through this
said,
soundproof door.
Well, no, they were fighting, and sometimes you get a
little vicious.
You get a group of ladies down there. It can get pretty strong in opinions down there. So I was like, they go, well, what do you think? I go, well, I think he's got 2 sons and a daughter, and there's no way they're going to let her have the $200 million empire.
Mm-hmm.
He coaches.
They don't have
his
any
son,
say in it, though.
His sons are coaching with him. At least one, I know for sure.
Yeah, but they don't have any say in it. It's his will, whatever he wants to do, right?
You think he's flipped it since she came aboard and he found out the little guy works? Well, what's going on?
I think something is not right there. Yes, she's got a little real estate empire. She apparently started.
But she's on the sideline, and by the way,
while the players are out there warming up, they're talking. It's
her being on the sideline. He has always been a guy.
Yeah, I don't see him
leave
as that
your
kind of
family
guy, yeah.
stuff at home. It's about football. It's about us focusing. Keep anything drama. And this girl is like all his rules he used to have. She's like, oh hell no, we're not doing that. My ass is gonna be down on the sideline.
You realize North Carolina made a massive mistake in hiring this guy?
Oh, they did.
Letting him bring in all these NFL guys around him. What an enormous mistake. Joe, they just lost by 30 to UCF. They may not win another game. Talk about teams that might not win.
We're going to be
we're talking about the Gators. These guys might not win another game.
That's very funny. You guys keep popping that up. That's very fun. That makes me laugh. Thank you.
Which, the Gator thing?
Yeah, it's very
Your
fun.
schedule sucks.
Anyway.
We got the thing on the screen. Yeah. The night with that was well done by their social media team.
So I don't care what a guy does. When you get older, like if my dad at 91, my mother passed, and my dad goes, hey, Mary Lou's going to move in and she's your age. You have a problem with it?
Your age as in you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still a lot younger. I go, Dad, if you're happy, do it.
Mm-hmm. And if he said the girl was your daughter's age, what would your reaction be then?
I don't care. I don't care if my dad does.
I know. I think the better way to put it is if your daughter were to bring home a man of his age.
I'd have a problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah. If a guy like Belichick
and he came in your house, started calling you son,
and I was like, with that personality, because he can't just change, right? When he's meeting everybody in the family, her family, she just comes across a little vicious to me.
Yeah, she seems like a very mean person. Yes,
and I'm being nice.
She does.
There's other words for it, but I'm not saying them. I know one word is.
Yeah, he can skip it this morning. You've been bad enough already.
But yeah, it's. And by the way, everybody's got an opinion on the Belichick thing, and I don't even care about the coaching thing at North Carolina. It's just that she happens to come along, and she's obviously got some pull in everything that's going on. But it really, like, everybody's got an opinion about it, and most people really don't like it. They don't like the fact that he's so old and she's so young. That's the number one issue. And the second issue is that she's a little too strong with her personality coming on and controlling him.
I just don't understand what
guy's
they have
never
in
been
common.
Controlled.
Like when they sit down at dinner together.
He said she's very well-rounded.
I don't care. Like, what do they have realistically in common? They're from different eras.
You think?
Right? I don't. I'm guessing Bill Belichick barely knows how to use a cell phone.
Well, I think Bill told her, I can't wait to meet, I want you to meet my grandkids because you guys are all the same age. I've been dying to say that. I don't know, man.
I understand why he's in it. That's not the point. Like everyone's texting in about this. I understand what he gets out of it.
Yeah.
But my concern
By the way,
is what she's getting out of it. That would be my concern if I was the family. Like, why is she in this?
So my man is going, man, my body has not acted like this is nice terms. And things have not worked and felt like this in a long time, what you have done to me.
But what is going on with her that she's like, I mean, she's used to be good looking before this whole thing, right? Because now you could never look at her the same. But
we even had
like
this
she
debate.
could find a nice looking guy or her age.
I told my guys at dinner, I said, I think she looks pretty good. And they're going, oh my God, you think everything looks good. I go, I think she's pretty attractive for her.
She not one kid. Can he still have kids at that age?
Yes.
Do the swimmers still go?
Yeah, they still swim.
Do they?
That's what I just asked them that. They said yes. They're still swimming. Little guys are still swimming upstream.
Okay. And they're still like good? I mean, they good to go?
I don't know if they're as good as a young guy, but they said there's still a little swimming in there.
That would secure the bag for her if
Let
she
me
has
tell
one
you,
of his kids.
She
right?
pops up pregnant. You think they get married? I think they get married.
Well, yeah, eventually. That's part of the master plan, right? There's two more things she has to do to secure the will.
Oh my
that's
God.
that's
Listen
a kid,
to you.
a kid and a wedding ring.
Wouldn't you like to know everybody in his life thinks of her? Wouldn't you like everybody?
That'd be great.
That would be like,
it'd be awesome. By the way, I love a little dysfunction in the family.
Can you
It's just
imagine
fun.
when those kids talk to their mother? Bill's first wife. What the hell is he doing?
She's so weird too. But you see her on the sideline when she's like wearing the boots and the short shorts and
look at me, I'm hot. Look at me, I look good, don't I, for old Bill?
Jeez, man.
Bill, you're getting a lot of compliments because of me. Hey, we got 9 o'clock hour coming up.
And you got him.
This
He's
show's not getting
he's overweight in his sweatsuit.
Oh no, he didn't exactly go on a diet when he started dating her. If you thought he's gonna try to drop a few pounds, he's enjoying his life a little more.
Apparently, she's okay with it. Old, fat, whatever it is, man. She's okay with it.
He's spinning
as long as he's picking up the bill.
Spinning around on the beach. Hell, who knows?
Yeah.
He may be spinning her some other ways too. Bill's just feeling young again.
Gross.
Hey, we got more stuff to get to, but first I got to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, man. No, Michael Kotze's got a beautiful wife, his own age. That's not part of what he's about. He's about getting you a mortgage and getting you a mortgage quickly. He's about getting you the lowest rates, which, by the way, fixed rates in the 5s right now, and he's got programs for everybody so you can get this thing done quickly. Matter of fact, let's talk to first-time home buyers out there. Going around shopping, but always coming up short. Well, get pre-approved so the next time you go, you already know what you're good for. You sign the papers, it's done. You can get the money over, get it all set up, and you're going to be in that first home. That's what it's about. Self-employed, you've been declined by the banks. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage got a great program for you. I start going through some of these programs he's put together. By the way, a program for seniors to convert your home equity into money. How about that one? And if you're going through that, you paid off your home, you're 62 or older, you and your spouse, you qualify for that. It might be exactly what you need. Need that money, need some of that equity out of your home. You can do it quickly with Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. He's been doing this here in South Florida for more than 30 years. Whatever it is you're looking to get done to help you out, you need some money, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage can get it done. Guy's always working 7 days a week. You can call or text him, 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change, daily without notice. He's an equal housing
Doral, Volkswagen Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast, we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen is priced like they lost their mind. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. Starting with the Canes, who moved up to number 2 in the AP poll. Miami will be off this week before playing their first road game in Tallahassee a week from Saturday. In the NFL, Week 3 will come to a close tonight with the Ravens and Lions. Week 4 begins on Thursday with the Cardinals and Seahawks. The Dolphins will host the Jets on Monday Night Football. On the ice, the Panthers dropped a preseason doubleheader to the Predators. The Cats will continue the preseason on Wednesday in Carolina. And to the Marlins, who got their second straight sweep, beating the Rangers 4-2. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Philly tomorrow. Joe, back to you.
All right, Woody. Hey, we got any more giveaways you want to do today, or what do you want to do?
Well, we didn't do the giveaway.
That's what I thought, so let's do it.
All right, let's let it rip here. We have a 4-pack of Marlins tickets here for the Beer Fest coming up on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Beer Fest got to be on a Friday or Saturday night so you can really enjoy them.
It is definitely better to have it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Especially a bye week Saturday like this one. So in honor of the Marlins being 4 games back of the wild card, we're going to take caller number 4 at 305-567-0560.
I tell you, man.
If they make the playoffs,
first of all,
a lot of collapses would have to happen here at the end.
There were people in that organization that said, just want to give you a heads up. This might be one more rough year before we get this thing figured out because we're going to play a lot of young guys in a minor league. All those trades, you're probably going to see a lot of them coming up. They are 76-80 on the season. Now, we'll run out of games, obviously. We're down to 7 or 8 left. But man, 6 in a row they've won. 10 of 11 they've won. Phillies next up, who also have one of the best teams in baseball right now, so we'll see what happens there. But what a story, man. What a story for what? Now, listen, I get it. They're not going to the playoffs most likely, but boy, got some young guys that played really well and got some young guys that played well and got injured. And they're going to try to put them all together and see what that thing looks like next year. Anyway, got all kinds of news going on here today. And with Canes coming in number 2, everybody's been talking about it here. Everybody talking about the Canes number 2. Florida State's at number 8, by the way. And as Woody said, we'll all be able to be scouts. All the Canes fans will be watching that game Friday night, see what Florida State looks like as they go on the road against Virginia. And before you know it, man, team will be leaving to go up there. God, there were some classics. Those Florida State-Miami games have just been some great games up there, man. Great games up there. Some really good games through the years, and just thinking of some of those games. And
you know, it's kind of crazy. Miami's not going to play Florida maybe ever again.
That's hard to imagine, man.
No, it's not, because of the way the schedule is going to be.
The schedule. They're going to go with
the SEC did their own little thing, so that rivalry is dead.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Essentially, it is too bad, because this Miami-Florida State game is going to be a monster.
Yeah, but they all should play each other. Florida and Florida State will always play each other. I think that's in
yes, they will, but Miami and Florida will not play each other again.
It's too bad they're not in there, and all of them.
Congrats to Kevin, by the way, from Pompano, who took the tickets today. We'll have tickets the rest of the week for you.
Good, man. That's great. You and a couple of buddies can go out or take the kids out there and enjoy yourself a little bit. Have a couple of cold ones or a few of the little
unlimited, I think.
Unlimited tryouters. Try them all out.
Samples, yeah.
Samples. Tryouters.
Then you find the one you like and you just camp out there.
That's it. Just keep drinking that one you like. Not a bad way to go. Not a bad way at all.
Got a bye week, man. We got to figure out what to do with the weekend here.
So, you know, we got Monday night football game next Monday night, a week from tonight. And it'll be the Jets in town, who also at 0-3. I just got to say this, man, because I'm just not – you got really good weapons offensively. I was watching everybody, and Woody, I don't know if you do this when you watch, and I always bring it back to our teams, whether it's the Canes or we're talking about the Dolphins. And I know some of the guys didn't grade out. Some guys aren't grading out well. And by the way, I'm all for keep playing the rookies. Savaianaya, all of them. Ollie Gordon, the second, I want to see him get more carries. I think he's going to be really good. all those guys on defense. I know some of them have struggled on the D line, aren't getting great. Saw our safety didn't get a great grade as well. I want to play the young guys. Play them. But I got to tell you, as long as you've got really good weapons and Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington. I'm not even bringing up any of the other guys. Those three as a 1, 2, and 3. Achane, who's probably the best of the group right now, right? He would probably be considered your MVP. And then you got a rookie running back at almost 230 pounds to bring in there as a change of pace to help you and get – like you can't have better weapons. And they're saying Darren Waller's going to play next Monday night. He'll, if he has a good week of practice and stuff. And, hey, Darren, week 4, nice to have you if that's the case. But you got plenty of really good weapons to have a good passing game. And if you notice when I said most of those names, they're some of the fastest guys in football. That's not me. That's just fact from what they've done in their track days or what they've run when they were coming into the league. And we just don't get enough out of it. We just don't get enough. It's a broken record.
Do you need help here?
No, I know why.
Okay.
And I'm not going to just sit here and blame the offensive line. I'm not.
Well, that wasn't the direction I was going.
I don't even like. Everybody knows that. Nobody over there. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Tua's got to be better. Tua's got to look more like he did in 2023.
You watched every team play yesterday because you watched the red zone. There's not a lot of duos at the wide receiver position that are much better than that.
No. By the way, Philly got their big wide receiver, their big number one involved.
Yeah.
I don't know what his numbers ended up looking like.
He had some big catch at the end of that game. Yep.
He not only had big catches, big strong hands coming
AJ
back.
Brown, yeah.
He was running after catch.
And then wasn't Devontae Smith had
the winning
touchdown? Yeah.
He had the winning touchdown.
He
So they're like,
he
hey,
ended up being pretty good.
I'm sure those guys are going, do we have to be down by like 19 before you guys will like get us involved? What a comeback that was.
But, yeah, there's a lot of teams out there that would love to have a Tyreek or a Waddle running around.
Or both.
Yeah, both.
And I got to tell you,
Problem is you don't have a guy who can get him the ball.
Malik Washington is been a really good player. Really, really good for things Mike likes to do with him. And Achane, honestly, for a third round pick out of Texas A&M, he has been really good player all the way. We use him. Mike loves him. It's just we got to get more out of this group. Just not getting enough out of them. And there's one thing missing. It's the big play. When you get fast guys, I don't know. I don't want them having 4 catches for 29 yards and 4 catches for 40 yards when the guy's the fastest guy in football. And he's got to work to get that. He's catching the ball short and running 6 or 7 yards to get to that number. There's just got to be better down the field. All right. Hey,
look, man, the Bucs just hung 29 on the Jets. There's no more excuses. You have to beat those guys.
Oh, you ought to.
I mean, you're a home favorite.
You need to.
If they have anything left, this is it.
You need to get after them. Yeah. Learn how to win. By the way, the Jets. Speaking of learn how to win, Jets have no idea. This has been going on forever. New coach.
They stink.
Same results. Same thing. Playing with a backup quarterback. Still not sure how good the starting quarterback is. He goes to another team when he does come back. Most likely this week with the long week.
Doesn't matter.
He'll be back. All right. We've got more stuff. By the way, we're going to have Mario Cristobal, who joined us first thing early this morning, going to join us. We'll have him and talk about the week and what it was like, man, with a game day here to the one of the most physical games I've seen the Miami Hurricanes play in a long, long time, what they're able to do to the Gators. Anyway, right now I want to talk to you about some serious things here real quickly. I want to talk about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys, implantation. If you have been injured, slip and fall, automobile accident, decided to go with another firm and not real happy because you thought the person that was doing the TV commercials was going to be your personal attorney and do stuff for you? It was a little handoff, wasn't it? It was the old legal handoff. How about that? Oh, no, we've got other attorneys. I'm just trying to get you in the door. You're here. Great to have you. Well, listen, if you're going through that and not real happy and going, ooh, I don't feel as important now as I did, Gary and Harvey make you feel important every day. One of the reasons they've been so successful, besides the work they do, man, besides all the great work they do, people always talk about their communication skills. They talk about their experience, 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back even on a weekend. Go to CohenandJudah.com, read the reviews, saying a lot of nice things about those guys and the work they do. Once you walk through that front door or they meet you anywhere in South Florida, you shake their hand, those are guys that are going to be representing you. Again, it's 866 fair fee. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work. You hire them to do.
Sports lives here.
Yeah. Happy Monday to everybody out there. Boy, I tell you what, the Canes game really put me in a great mood. I got up Sunday morning. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's because the Dolphins lost on Thursday.
Yeah, no. So I was past that. And then I just went emotionally all in. It's really sad to be a grown-ass man. And it really, in the big picture, doesn't matter in my life.
Yeah, it does.
But it does.
It does matter in your life, though.
I don't know how many guys out there. I do know a couple.
It would have
of
been
guys.
a bad morning if they lost to the Gators. Bad morning.
So I have two brother-in-laws. I'm very lucky. I have brother-in-laws that love sports. So it's been, by the way, besides getting a wife that I'm crazy about. God, I don't know how she puts up with me. And it's not always easy, as you can imagine, being married to me. But I married into like brother-in-laws that get to games early, like to tailgate, like to have fun, really cool nephews. And these guys take losses really, really hard. When they call me text me after the game of a Canes game or a Dolphins game, Jamie and John, I always sit back and I go, damn, those guys take loss. Sometimes I shut down and just don't want to deal with any of it. Like, because my phone, 10, 20, 50, whatever messages, and everybody gives me their, let me text Joe, because everybody has my number. And it's all right. I like it. I mean, it's cool. I give it
out to people all the time.
I know you do. I'm sure you do. Might as well. Everybody else got it. But those two, I got two brother-in-laws that live and die. Successful guys.
Jamie and John, you said?
Yeah.
Why do you tell Jamie and John to lighten up and have a game night after a Dolphins loss? Jeez, the quarterback's doing it.
Play video games.
Yeah, I mean, don't stew on it too hard, man. Like, it's not bothering him. Don't let it bother you.
But talk much. But yeah, I got brother-in-laws that
That's how it goes, though, man.
So
you think they expect a little more on Sundays? Like, I mean, the losses don't hurt me as bad anymore.
They'll hit me with this occasionally. At least we have the Panthers. Thank God we have the Panthers. I get that from
the Panthers.
Yeah. But this Canes thing, they're out there, got pictures. They sent me pictures in that rain, and I go, man, look at that. Look at that, honey. Much better than I am. I am not sitting there on a day off.
There was not a seat in that place, and it rained the entire day and night.
Sit out there. My daughter out there as a Gator, hanging out. She was hurting a little bit too.
By the way, so I was talking to Monroe on Friday,
yeah.
and Monroe tells me the weather all weekend's going to be beautiful. That's what he told me.
That's why he ought to stick to the app, the Hard Rock app, and stay out of the being.
I gave him a hard time for that one.
Yeah. Don't try to be a meteorologist. We have enough of them at all the TV stations.
I was shocked too, because he's a water guy, he's a boat guy, and he just figure those guys are up on the weather.
You know what he is? Is he really a boat guy, or is he a boat and babe guy?
Yeah, I guess
they take the boat out and they have hot babes on the boat.
I guess, yeah, he's not the captain. He's not concerned with the weather.
Hot women, hot ladies, if you don't like babes, but
babes.
He shows me one day.
Okay,
they're out. Let me tell you something. They're out one day. Now I'm living to them a little bit. I'm just looking. It's harmless. And there's like, they've all got them just out getting a tan on the boat.
He's got an awesome life. He lets me hear about it every Saturday.
Oh, he is. He shows you the picture.
Not in a mean way. Just, he goes, while you're sitting at home in Broward in your suburb house, this is what I'm doing.
While you're trying to make a decision whether to jump in the pool with your kids or not.
Yeah. What'd you do last night?
And throw a couple of hamburgers on the grill.
Goes,
look what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay, that's looks good.
Look what I'm getting off the boat with. Which one you like best? Yeah, they don't have to do that. All right. Monroe County, we love you, brother, if you're out there and this gets back to you. We love the app, too.
He says it always does get back to him.
Oh, good. Then he heard that.
Good.
That's fine.
Good.
Hey, man, and it's great to have Dave Broward and Palm Beach County with us. It really is. With the new FM, we appreciate WQM 104.3 Sports, and a lot more stuff to get to. We're not going away. We have Mario Cristobal going to join us next.
Sports lives